live, uncut, unedited. You already know what it is. Live, uncut, unedited. All right, people, this is where we tell the truth and shame the devil. We had a great press conference, and I want to tell you guys about it, give you some updates about what's going on. So I want you guys to come on in as I prepare to stay online with you guys. I tell you, it's a great press conference. Yes. Come on in, come on in, come on in. Come on in. Live, uncut, unedited. I'm getting some news. Someone just got shot and killed over there on 87th and Dan Rand by Wendy's. And I know the person's mother. And I'm just got some news, word. So people, we got to be careful out here. There's some wicked people out here. Wicked people. Wicked. You already know what it is. Live, uncut, unedited. All right, come on in. This is where we tell the truth. And what? And shame the devil. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. Again, to my YouTube family, I appreciate you for coming on in here. This is live, uncut, unedited. Come on in. 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 Yeah, come on in. Yep. Come on in, people. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. This is where we tell the truth and shame the devil. And if you, we're talking about the recap of what happened today. Betty Young, what's going on? Angel, what's going on, Angel? How you doing, my dear sister? Appreciate you. Peggy Gay, what's up, Peggy? All right. T, what's up? Hey, comrade, I see you. Janet B, what's going on? Oh, my God, y'all, we had a great live today. Great live. I want you guys to come on in here. I'm going to let you get situated. And we're going to show this video that we did today. And what did I film? And they got on, people. When I tell you, they said they spoke a lot. They spoke a lot. I tell you, when I said they spoke a lot today, it was a lot going on. I tell you, a lot. And we're going to share some of the videos. And, man, we're going to share some of the videos. And make sure you guys share the video. Share the videos. Please share the video. All right, we got a couple of videos that we're willing to share today. And we're going to do some screen sharing today. Come on in. Let me get that screen sharing going on right now, because it's going to be going on today. Live, uncut, unedited. Live, uncut, unedited. I tell you, it's going to be some screen sharing today. And we're going to, we definitely, let's see. All righty. Let's get the show on the road. Ain't no need waiting. Those ain't here, they ain't going to be here.
The sentiment in the black community is waning. A lot. The sentiment is not waning. We are not okay with you taking our resources and giving them to people who don't live here. As Mark stated before, you are preparing housing for them. One of the reasons that the city of Chicago was able to close 50 schools was because of the black flight. And the reason we had a black flight was because there is no affordable housing in this city. It is because the city of Chicago shut down the voucher system so that blacks who needed to get affordable housing could not. So they had no choice but to flee to other states. But now you found money for the migrants.
That's right.
We're calling foul. And then another thing you said was that the faith-based leaders were helping to bring around the sentiment. We haven't paid attention to faith-based leaders since Dr. Martin Luther King. And guess what? We're not listening to them now. We understand that they are bought and paid for. We understand that you control the narrative that they are trying to speak about. So let me just say this to you. We're not listening to them the same way we're not listening to you. What you're doing is not okay. And let me just say this other thing. Emerson Park is still closed. And our mayor has decided that because we didn't support migrants coming to our park, we just ain't gonna have a park. I call foul, Mayor. You love to stand around and talk about how you're a black man. That's all you are, is a black man. And we know that all black folks ain't skin folks. And those of us who didn't know that, you're giving us a great lesson. So we thank you for that. No, the sentiment has not changed. We are still for black people. We are still for this city supporting us. We're still for black people getting the same set asides that these migrants are getting. Oh, excuse me, not migrants, because what they are is illegal foreign nationals. They are not migrants. They are not coming here illegally. So just because you put lipstick on a pig, it's still going to be a pig. So we are not backing down. We were quiet for a minute. I know you thought that the sentiment has changed. It has not. And like I tried to remind people, not only did I support Brandon Johnson, not only did I campaign for Brandon Johnson, not only did I give him my money, but I want you to know two things. Number one, I'm not a fan. I have buyer's remorse. Number two, for any independent candidate in the city of Chicago, any Green Party candidate in the city of Chicago, and any Republican candidate in the city of Chicago, now is your time, because we are done with the Democratic Party. Brandon Johnson, Governor Christie, and President Biden have shown us what they think about the black community all over this country. And so we're standing here today to say, okay, if that's what it is, we with it. We don't have to support the Democratic Party. Right. We don't have to continue to support people who are not going to support us. And the Democratic Party here in this city, in this state, and in this country is not supporting us. You got the Republicans on one side and the Democrats on the other side. Guess what? They're part of the same bird.
That's right, with two wings.
So it doesn't matter anymore which party we go with. But I'll tell you this, I'd rather deal with the snake that's outfitting himself of the Republican Party than the snake that's covered up in the Democratic Party.
That's right.
We're not going to continue to stand for this. We're not going to continue to allow our state representatives, our congressmen, our aldermen, and our mayor to let us know that we don't matter. Just like you're going to show us that we're going to matter, we're going to show you. It's going to be a great day in the city of Chicago when a Democratic convention comes here, and then they found out in March that a lot of black voters took Republican ballots. Something. This morning I heard Mayor Brandon Johnson say that the sentiment in the black community is waning. A lie. The sentiment is not waning. We are not okay with you taking our resources and giving them to people who don't live here. As Mark stated before, you are preparing housing for them. One of the reasons that the city of Chicago was able to close 50 schools was because of the black flight. And the reason we had a black flight was because there is no affordable housing in this city. It is because the city of Chicago shut down the voucher system so that blacks who needed to get affordable housing could not. So they had no choice but to flee to other states. But now you found money for the migrants.
That's right.
We're calling foul. And then another thing you said was that the faith-based leaders were helping to bring around the sentiment. We haven't paid attention to faith-based leaders since Dr. Martin Luther King. And guess what? We're not listening to them now. We understand that they are bought and paid for. We understand that you control the narrative that they are trying to speak about. So let me just say this to you. We're not listening to them the same way we're not listening to you. What you're doing is not okay. And let me just say this other thing. Emerson Park is still closed. And our mayor has decided that because we didn't support migrants coming to our park, we just ain't gonna have a park. I call foul, Mayor. You love to stand around and talk about how you are a black man. That's all you are, is a black man. And we know that all black folks ain't skin folks. And those of us who didn't know that, you're giving us a great lesson. So we thank you for that. No, the sentiment has not changed. We are still for black people. We are still for this city supporting us. We're still for black people getting the same set-asides that these migrants are getting. Oh, excuse me, not migrants, because what they are is illegal foreign nationals. They are not migrants. They are not coming here illegally. So just because you put lipstick on a pig, it's still going to be a pig. Yes. So we are not backing down. We were quiet for a minute. I know you thought that the sentiment has changed. It has not. And like I tried to remind people, not only did I support Brandon Johnson, not only did I campaign for Brandon Johnson, not only did I give him my money, but I want you to know two things. Number one, I'm not a fan. I have buyer's remorse. Number two, for any independent candidate in the city of Chicago, any Green Party candidate in the city of Chicago, and any Republican candidate in the city of Chicago, now is your time, because we are done with the Democratic Party. Brandon Johnson, Governor Pritzker, and President Biden have shown us what they think about the black community all over this country. And so we're standing here today to say, okay, if that's what it is, we with it. We don't have to support the Democratic Party. Right. We don't have to continue to support people who are not going to support us. And the Democratic Party here in this city, in this state, and in this country is not supporting us. You got the Republicans on one side and the Democrats on the other side. Guess what? They're part of the same bird.
That's right, with two wings.
So it doesn't matter anymore which party we go with. But I'll tell you this, I'd rather deal with the snake that's outfitting himself of the Republican Party than the snake that's covered up in the Democratic Party.
That's right.
We're not going to continue to stand for this. We're not going to continue to allow our state representatives, our congressmen, our aldermen, and our mayor to let us know that we don't matter.
Yes.
Just like you're going to show us that we're going to matter, we're going to show you. It's going to be a great day in the city of Chicago when the Democratic convention comes here, and then they found out in March that a lot of black voters took Republican ballots. Something. This morning I heard Mayor Brandon Johnson.
All right, we're going to stop it right there. We're going to come back to it.
In the black community.
We're going to stop and come back to it. All right, people, y'all heard it. It was a great press conference today. And it was a lot of interesting things said. And I need some people to call in and let's talk about this. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about this. And you know what I'm predicting? What not predicting is a fight over resources. That's what it is. Fight over resources. Fight over resources between the migrants and the blacks, the black community. All right, this is live Uncut. We're looking for some callers. Y'all can call on in. We ready.
Call in number 872-299-0808 or 872-297-63.
Come on, call in. The line's open. I got one caller so far. One caller that's on the live. I'm getting ready. Accept the call. Call in, people. We're going to move it. We're going to talk about it. Give us your opinion, whatever your thoughts about it. I'm here, a listening ear. All right. Money, resources mean money. That's what that means. Why are all the money allocated to the migrants and nothing to the black community? That's what we're talking about. Hey, caller, 3268. Come on, caller. 3268. Hold on, caller. 1 second. Let me cut the speaker on. I ain't cut my speaker so I can hear you. Hold on, caller. All right, let me cut the speaker on. I ain't cut the speaker on. Okay, caller, go ahead. Go ahead, caller. Caller 3268. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Hello?
Yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead. My fault. I am so sorry. Hey, don't move. Go ahead, caller. Now, what's going on? Talk to us.
Hello?
Yes, I'm here. Go ahead, caller.
Hey, Martin, this is Roosevelt.
Hey, Roosevelt. How are you doing? Good. So you was down there. You witnessed it. What's your thoughts?
Oh, yeah.
What was your thoughts on the overall?
Well, you know, I was
Tell
live
the
at the
truth
press conference, you know,
and
just
shame the
like
devil.
you.
Right.
Tell the
And I have
truth
to say that it was a
shame
pretty
the
powerful
Mm.
press conference. I mean, it's just a shame. So it seemed like you got yours in one straight video. I had to go twice because it seemed like Facebook interrupted my feed because, you know, whenever you're giving out this kind of truth to the people, you know, certain people in power, like the Democrat Party and everything, want to block your signal and don't want people to learn and don't want people to hear. So I had to go twice because I wasn't going to just let that one go because it was a very, very good press conference. You know, what Mark said and what the young lady who you were playing and everything, you know, had to say. Because something needs to really, really be done about illegal immigrants or illegal aliens. I'm gonna use it because one of my friends told me, "Oh man, are you saying illegal aliens? Boy, you really used the derogatory term." Yeah, I want it to be so. Yeah, I know it. All the resources are being paid to these people, and even on the way, you know, when I got off the metro train, walking even to City Hall through downtown Chicago, I saw a couple of homeless people just on the street and on the sidewalk. And I watched the news tonight, and they're talking about like clearing out churches and clearing out like a whole building in order to put these people, illegal aliens, in, but not doing the same thing for regular homeless people. You know, our homeless black people, even our homeless white people, even our homeless veterans, you know, people who almost died to serve and fight for this country in.
Mm-hmm. I agree, Roosevelt. Yeah, I
And they
agree.
talk about and everything, you know, housing and all that other kind of stuff. I mean, Lord willing, I will be 50 in a couple of more weeks. And I mean, we have known each other a couple of years, but no, you don't completely, let's just say, per se, know how I live. But let me tell you, I've been living in somebody else's home. And what I do is I rent out a basement and been here since 1999. And the CHA housing list opened up a few years ago. So I filled out an application. So they told me as a single man, just because I don't have any kids, the only thing I qualify for is maybe just a single room occupancy at almost 50. So I said, I might as well just stay where I am. But yet, you know, I know to some people or whatever out there, some people who talk to me, even some people who you personally know. Like, you know, me and you are something, we've always been cool, so you never questioned it because, you know, I've always just been Roosevelt just to you. I mean, I might, you know, I talk a little bit funny per se or whatever. So a lot of people are saying, you know, they always say something, are you from Africa, Jamaica, or whatever, or something. No, I was born in this country, but grew up on the southeast side amongst Mexicans and plus also part Creole, whatever, too. But still black before any darn thing because look at me, my God. I mean, being a disabled person, I can't even get anything as close to what these illegal aliens are getting. Matter of fact, none of us can. We got to struggle and fight for every single thing that we get. But, you know, these people come from over God knows where, crossing the border, first of all, illegally, breaking the law. I mean, because, you know, what would happen to me and you, we broke the law in this country. And then they're completely excused. And these people could be criminals and everything. I sent you a video, I don't know if you had a chance to check it out, where it was a guy reading off the Chicago Sun-Times, where he's talking about it's a certain gang, this Latin gang that's coming from one of those countries that's trying to mix in with these illegal aliens. And they're pretty much organizing right now, and it's one of the more violent Latin gangs that is about to take over the city of Chicago in a couple of more years once they get organized. And of course, I blame President Biden for all of this. You know, Biden the bigot, or what I like to call Joseph Biden the jackass. But I mean, he is pretty much getting rid of all of these people's criminal records, letting them get cars, letting them get jobs and all of this other kind of stuff. People who aren't even skilled or anything, but they have far much more opportunities than me and you. But yet, I'm pretty sure people like me and you have to struggle for every single darn thing that we got and everything. Especially me being a visually impaired person who's visually impaired and slightly deaf at almost 50. I tell people all the time and everything, I'm a visually impaired, slightly deaf man in the city of Chicago. There ain't a darn thing anybody could tell me about struggle. Because I'm pretty sure you and I have seen it every single day of our lives. We have it much harder, but yet these people come in here illegally, and yet things could be so much more easier for them. God forbid.
Okay. Wow. It's a lot going on, Roosevelt. Wow, it was a lot going on. I'm going to play another clip too. Yeah, play a lot. And people call in. The number is 872.
Call in number 872-299-0808 or 872-297-6389.
All right. We're going to take we're probably going to do one more video. I think of Mark Carter. He was we'd probably do one. I got another caller. All right. Another caller. Screen sharing. All right.
It's not waning. We are not okay with you taking our resources and giving them to people who don't live here. As Mark stated before.
We'll get another one because we got Mark Carter on one of the videos too. Let's get him going. Hold on, caller. Let me play Mark this real quick.
I'm ready whenever you're ready. Go ahead. Okay, so talk loud, Mark.
Now,
so I want to first.
We're gonna play the reel that I put up. All these videos you can go up on my page and find them, so it won't be no problem. You can find them.
You can find them on my page as well.
Okay. All right. Roosevelt. Oh, hold on, people. Let's see.
Yeah, Roosevelt Slaughter.
Okay. This didn't start when I got elected. Okay, let's start with that. Okay. So we going all the way back.
Whenever it started. Don't matter. Sure. So if you can look into the eyes of the illegal immigrants that are at the border waiting to come to America, because they are illegal, they broke the law. They're not migrants.
I'm gonna let you go ahead.
They're not asylum seekers. These are illegal immigrants that walk into this country.
I'm gonna let you get that out because I ain't true, but go ahead.
Well, I mean,
I'm going off facts.
So the thing is,
I'm gonna hold it right there. Hey, caller, 7956. What's your thoughts, comments?
Hey, Martin, this is brother Nate.
How you doing, Nate? Go ahead, Nate.
How you doing, Mr. Roosevelt? Yeah, how you got?
I'm doing well. I'm doing well.
One thing I want to say that being a young man, I was never taught about politics. My parents didn't talk to me about politics as a young man, and I had to educate myself. In our household, we voted Democrat. I always voted Democrat. And I always said, why we never voted Republican? And now that I have educated myself, I have to say that the Democratic Party is kind of doing what they want to do, and the Republican Party is kind of doing their own thing, and nobody is doing. So who's helping Black people? Who's helping the community, the Black community? Who's helping the Roseland community, the Lawndale community, the Aggression community, Garfield community, etc., the Inglewood community? Who's helping those communities when these migrants come in and they just doing what they want to do? But then you have people that's been homeless for decades, for centuries, that come in and all of a sudden they get all these resources that magically disappear, or that magically appear when we were trying to get the same resources for decades and centuries that they didn't have. And I feel that Mr. Brandon Johnson, I didn't vote for him because I don't live in Chicago, I live in Joliet. And the one thing I can say about living in Joliet is that they're not going to tolerate nonsense, and they're not going to tolerate BS. What Brandon Johnson is doing is BS, because he, the same man that wanted people to vote for him, is the same man that's slapping us in the face that's telling us, hey, I told you so. And now, all of a sudden, these illegal immigrants, he's doing more for the immigrants than he's doing for the black people. Where are our housing development? Where you got all these 68,000 homeless people in the city of Chicago, 29% African American. Where is our reparations? When are we going to have politicians that's going to stand up for us? Because I'm somewhere in the middle, independent. So I had to educate myself. You know what I'm saying? Whatever party is for black people, that's the party I'm going to vote with.
Okay. Okay. It's right before our eyes, people. We listen, people. Thank you, Nathan, for that. It was an interesting press conference. It was a lot of truth that was said, and I still narrow it off as it's a battle of resources. Like the brother said, all of a sudden they found $50 million for HUD now. People been waiting on a waiting list for 10 years. Now, all of a sudden, they got some money. Now, it come up. All of a sudden. All of a sudden now. Somebody say, if y'all don't know, 5 busload came in today. Lord help us. They all in Maywood. It's a mess, my friend said. They all in Maywood. They're everywhere, people. Yeah, they're everywhere. Everywhere. And don't get me wrong, it's cold outside. I don't want to see nobody outdoor, but I don't want to see my people outdoor either as well. My black
people been outside in the cold for decades, and nobody came to our rescue and said, hey, let's give us some shelter. Let's give them some food. Let's give them some housing. Let's give them some resources. Over 200 years. And all of a sudden, in 2 years, the migrants come and, oh, yeah, we're going to do everything in our power to help these people. What about our own people? What about us?
Yeah. Yeah. All right, we're going to play this other video. Just listen in, people. We got several videos. We just recapping of what happened early today. So we're going to play this video. All right.
If you, as a black elected official, can see into the eyes of poor women and children on the border, question is, have you went on 63rd Street and looked into the eyes of the poor women and children? Let me say this last thing.
Let me answer that.
Go ahead.
Because you just asked that. I came back on Friday.
Okay.
And on Sunday, I was talking to a mother who 12-year-old got shot and killed.
Okay.
Not only did I hold that family, that family didn't pay for $1. Matter of fact, he was there.
Okay.
I ain't no either or, brother. And you know that work. Matter of fact, me and you behind my barbershop.
Okay.
So we got years together. This work didn't start and I didn't flip and switch just because I got elected. This is in my DNA. So when I talk about the border, yes, abandoned kids at that border. So you want me to say what?
Well, I want you to make sense. So
my heart, out of all people, you know that my heart has been in the hood.
Be cool, man.
Your heart has been in the hood from day one. So it's a both ends.
So here's the thing.
And you know the work.
Okay.
So you know that.
So here's the thing. 18,000 children are going to school from homeless
Homeless,
shelters.
19%.
The majority are black children. And so if we're going to look into the eyes, or if you, because I don't look into the eyes of them, I'm not concerned with what's happening with them, to be honest with you. We're not concerned because we're in a state of emergency. So we don't have the luxury to be concerned or looking into the eyes. So with 18,000 majority black children are going to school from homeless shelters, out of cars, other people's couches, sleeping on other people's couches. We say to you as a black elected official, as a black alderman, a city councilman of this city of Chicago, because this is happening all over the country, that we say to all black elected officials, that just as you look in their eyes, look into the eyes of these children, look into the eyes of these parents.
So that's the same thing I held accountable on Education Committee with CPS. Matter of fact, they're already $400 million short for next year.
So what kind of initiatives
So let me finish. So when we talk about where's ours, I've been fighting for that before I got elected and held CPS accountable for the exact same thing that you said.
Now that's just one
Now, hold
budget.
on, let me
That's
finish.
just one budget.
So hold on.
You
let me
just
finish.
passed a $17
You asked-
billion budget,
You
right?
asked about kids in school, and I fought from day one to make sure that black kids that were already going to school didn't get nothing snatched just because kids are showing up.
Okay, cool.
Matter of fact, I've been on tour in almost every school in my ward. Matter of fact, all 14 of them about to get resources for kids in their school.
Now that's one budget. That's one budget.
So again, to that point you just made, ain't nobody snatching, nor am I allowing nothing to be snatched from any kid in my ward.
Okay, so this is a citywide issue, and we're speaking of the city council, which you just one of the all of you.
But he asked me
city.
a question. Hold on, pause that. What's your thing? I'm coming back tomorrow. I ain't going to
You can you stand back there? I'm with the West Humboldt Park Community Coalition Network News. I got 3 questions, just yes or no. The questions are, do you support Illinois continue as a sanctuary or welcome the city?
I think you need to talk to
It's just yes or no.
You said what?
Do you support Illinois continue as a sanctuary or welcome the city? Yes or no?
Yeah, like, and whosoever will should come.
That's a yes? Okay. Number 2.
So you
will
support it even though the people
Wait,
like
let me finish the question. Number 2, will you vote yes to an ordinance to end Illinois sanctuary as a sanctuary or welcome the city?
You said Illinois?
Oh, no, Chicago. Do you support yes to an ordinance to end Chicago sanctuary status?
You can't take away city status if the state already
Okay,
got it.
I'm gonna go back to Illinois. Do you vote yes to an ordinance to end Illinois status as a sanctuary or welcome the state?
What? Welcome the state?
Yeah, is that yes or no?
Let the state should welcome whosoever will.
Is that a yes or no, sir?
I support whosoever will coming to Chicago.
Is that a yes or no?
I support whosoever will coming to
So
Chicago.
that's a yes then.
I support whosoever will
Okay,
come to Chicago.
number 3. Are you in agreement with Illinois taking care of financially, medically, refugees, illegal immigrants, and asylum seekers? Are you in agreement with Illinois taking care of financially, medically, refugees, asylum seekers, and illegal immigrants?
So am I in agreement of somebody getting some health care?
Are you in agreement with
Anybody that's hurt should get help.
Is that a yes or no, sir?
That's anybody that's hurt should get help.
Okay, thank you.
So here's an overall. Now here's an overall question, because I just heard the answers that you just gave when it comes to illegal immigrants. Now, can we get your support for an office of Black Americans? Since they have an office of New Americans, do you support an office of Black Americans?
So
That gives the same resources.
First of all, let's start with this. Do I support an office? First of all, I don't even know what it is. So let me read it. That's A. B. Let's talk about.
I'll tell you.
First of all, just because I don't know don't mean I won't know. This is my first time. So this is my first time getting it. I'm not less of a black man because I didn't know prior to him giving me a sheet. Stop, sis. Don't be.
Everybody hold fast for 1 minute.
Let's not be.
So let me tell you what it is. I'll tell you what
Thank
it
you.
is.
This is my first time hearing you.
Okay. So the Office of New Americans is basically a comprehensive plan that was put in place by Rahm Emanuel and then supported by Mayor Lightfoot, and now supported even more with more resources by the sitting Mayor Johnson. And so the question is, because you emphatically made it clear that you support this these resources for illegal immigrants. You would support health care. No. We're gonna stay right here.
Let's pause.
Right here.
Mark, let's stop all this.
Okay.
No, I'm gonna ask you a question. Mark, we a family.
I got you.
Let's start with that.
I got you.
You don't even know the depths of me and this man's relationship. You only thing you see is what you see here. So Mark, me and you, man to man. A, when you talk about you saying illegal, it's an open border.
Forget them. It goes to the question.
Let me tell you, because it's important that you get educated.
Okay.
So since you want to talk about the border, number one, the border is open because of the President of the United States.
I'm very clear that.
That's A.
We're
so if you
clear that.
cross
We
that
all
border,
clear that.
if you cross that border and you say you're seeking asylum because of your country's conditions, that's legal. That's not illegal. The second thing is when they go into that big old white tent that I was in, they are coming out of that tent, coming to Chicago to go to court.
But asylum for
Hold
what?
on.
What
They're seeking asylum for
what
whatever
purpose?
conditions.
No.
Again, the law
For what
says
purpose?
the law
Asylum
says
seekers
again,
seek refuge because
if
of war
somebody,
or threats on their
if somebody
lives.
crosses a border and they say they're seeking
That's not asylum seeking.
again,
That's illegal
that
immigrants.
is their legal
That's
right.
illegal immigration.
That's not illegal.
Okay,
If
but
the
let's
border
get back.
was closed and
Let's
they
get back
crossed
to
the
the
border.
black.
Hold on, if the border was closed
Okay.
and they crossed, that's illegal. But if somebody crosses the border. Matter of fact, do your
I
research.
got you.
You can, matter of fact, make an appointment at the border.
I got you. Stop, bro. Let's go back to the question. Let's go back to the question. Hey, can we go back to the question?
Exactly.
Let's go back to the question. Hey, y'all. Get y'all stand down for a minute. So I want to ask this question.
I just last because I go back to the
it can be the last question. It's fine. Do you equally support an office for Black Americans?
Once me and you sit down and I read about it and I find about it.
You didn't have to sit down for you to just say you support the
I'll tell you this. What I support is making sure Black people get put on.
No.
And
That's not what we asked. When the question he just posed you question to you about illegal immigration, you made it clear that, matter of fact, whoever shall come, what was his response? Whoever shall come, whosoever will, right? So now, do you support an office of Black Americans for descendants of slavery?
You said what?
Do you support an office for those who are descendants of slavery?
We just put up $500,000 to make sure we
don't want to study. We don't want a commission. We're not interested in a commission nor study.
Hold on, Mark. When me and you sit down and you explain this, then I'll make an answer. So hold on. Let's shake on this. Put all your cameras right here.
No problem.
Me and Mark are going to sit down. Let's do this over there.
No problem. No problem.
Asylum seekers. So this is why I say, Black people, we need to think about our support of the Democratic Party. This is why I say that our Democratic elected officials have no problem with putting us on the back burner. This is why I say that
Now, I heard you say that you looked into the eye.
All right, people. All righty. We heard a little of that. I'm looking for some more callers.
Call in number 872-299-0808 or 872-297-6389.
All right. Sylvia said that, Martin, I've been talking about this on Facebook for 4 years. Obama and Ronnie Emanuel wrote a planned gentrification for the South Side and the West Side of Chicago. Nobody listened to me. I told y'all not to vote Johnson. Brother. Okay. All right. Another comment. Regina says, I see us speaking, being kind to everyone else, but don't look like us. Please start being kind to us. Dang. Okay. All right. Sophia Young, the elected official is a fast-talking sellout, period. All right. Denise Red said, same game, different clowns. Valisa Lewis said, good evening, Martin. Everyone, okay. What happened to I could do it on my own? Levante, I think that's him on the call now. Hold on, brother. Jay Pay. The young man is ill-informed. You got a housing food assistance already. Section 8, low income, housing already, free health care, and link. Okay. All right. Sophia said, who that elected official is, he is a sellout. He must learn the trickology because they have mastered it. Okay. Eric, is that Bill? No, that's William Hall, Alderman William Hall. CHA HUD know what's going on. They've been having funding. It just wasn't used enough for Black people, but the Mexican living in their apartment make sense. Okay. All right. Okay, brother Devontae, I think that's you, 4069. We're going back to 1968 again. Go ahead.
No, Martin, check it out, though. We got to look at the laws, man. You know, I used to call them sellouts, too. Until I learned how to look at the laws and what I read. You take a constitution test, right?
Right.
When you took your constitution test, didn't it say a person has to be here so many years until they can run for president, and they can run for this and run for that, and to do all this and that. I ain't that sharp with it because I read it in a long time, but I was just sitting here thinking that I did read all this stuff when I was a kid. in school. So, or not a kid, but a child in school. So we agreed to this. Why is we steady playing games with that? See, I'm going back to real law now. Can you help me with this? Or can anybody that read or listen to the show help me with the Constitution to say, well, Levante is right about I did read stuff about you got to be here so many years to be able to run for this or that and this and be a part of America. So you agreed. When you voted, you agreed. You agreed to everybody coming here. Then everybody want to say, oh, they're doing me wrong. Then when you go in there and you run into these politicians and you run into and you saying the wrong thing, you get nothing. Because you don't even know what you even going in there talking about. You just going in there mad because somebody else gets something that you're not getting. But you don't know how to get it because you running in there mad.
Mm. Okay.
But if you go back and read your laws and understand your country, you will learn how to get things. Have a blessed day. Y'all, I'm gonna say one more thing. I know about the vouchers. Harold Davis, my friend, did a show. He brought the head man from the CHA headquarters in to do a show on the vouchers. Trying to attention on my friend Harold Davis. But guess what? I'm not gonna say nothing. Know why? Because somebody called me a troll yesterday. I'm a troll for saying the truth. Wow. So find out on your own.
Okay. All right. All right. We got a new caller. People just called in. We want to hear what they got to say. 7621. I know they listen to the prompt. 7621. Caller, you got to turn your Facebook down. Turn it down. Turn your Facebook down. All right. You got to turn it down. I'm about to block you, boot you off. All right, let me go to the next caller. 8846. 8846. Come on, 8846 caller. You're live, uncut, unedited. Caller, 8846. You're live, uncut, unedited. You're next. All right. All right. All right, boot him off. Goodbye. All right. All right. Let's go back to the video. Go back. We got one more video I want to go back to and I'm gonna bring it up. So, people, I got a couple more calls. They didn't call back now. All right, hold up, callers. I'm gonna get right with you guys. Get with you guys. And matter of fact, we're gonna start off a little bit. Let me go to these callers real quick before I go here. All right, we're gonna try you again. 8846. We're gonna try you again. You hung up again. I believe this Marcus 0941. 0941. Hey, Marcus, go ahead, Marcus. Go ahead.
I didn't really catch the press conference, but I caught it on Jedediah's live. He was talking about Brandon said that he inherited this situation, and Jedediah was leaning more towards that we should have kept Lori Lightfoot in office. I do believe that we should have, but unfortunately, people didn't go out and vote for it. So you left us with no other choice, and we chose Brandon Johnson over Paul Vallis. And I don't think nothing would be any different if Paul Vallis was mayor. But this has gotten out of hand. Even the job market out here is hard. Because with these migrants coming over here, the people who are already looking for jobs are competing with them. And there's no competition. Because they're setting the stage for them to have whatever they want. And yet they teach these kids in school to obey the school rules. But our government is breaking its own rules.
Well,
so
let me just say this. Let me say this, Marcus. They're still coming in every day, bus loads. And as I always say, the migrants are not, they don't care about Black history. They don't care about Black people dying and fought in the war. And we was brought here, and Martin Luther King and Malcolm X and Marcus Garvey and Medgar Evers. They don't care about none of that. They're trying to come over here because they was promised something to come over. They was promised work and houses and stuff like that. And that's why they over here. Yep. They're here to compete. And see, the first thing other Black people say, well, Black people don't want to work. Well, that means your mama don't want to work. Your brother, your father don't want to work. That's not the case. Speak for yourself.
Can I say this?
Yes, sir.
Can I say this?
Yes.
My mother worked all her life and didn't live long enough to enjoy her retirement. And the white people that she helped after she raised their kids like her own, when she needed help, they wouldn't even reach back out to her. So they came to Black people need to come off of this. I'm one who wants to work. You one who wants to work. And we have worked and we have paid into this system. These are the same Black people who blame Black people for being on link, and yet they holler about reparations. They want the government to give them something. Yeah, it might be easy for them. Yeah, you got you a nice job, a nice house and all that. They let a few slip through the cracks just so that they can cover up their institutionalized racism. And you were one of the lucky ones. But the masses of the people are suffering, and these kids are going to continue to steal and carjack because they're coming home to nothing. Their parents don't have nothing to give them or nothing to leave them.
Mm-hmm.
But yet they work so hard. His parents are working their tails off, working so hard to leave their kids nothing when they die because of the way the system is set up. It's not that we don't want to work. We don't want to work for slave wages. Mm-hmm. We want the same benefits as our white co-workers would want. This is America. It's supposed to be the land of opportunity, but it's the land of shame.
Mm-hmm. And I listen, people, do me a favor. Please go download the Chicago New Americans Plan, building a thriving and welcoming city. There's nothing in here for Black people. It's all about immigrants. It's 52 pages long. Read it, people. Read it. Download it. Print a hard copy. Go to the library. Get your library card and read it. Read it. They got it spelled out how they're going to help the immigrants. It's been in place since Ron Emanuel. They put it in play. This is nothing but another plan. Go ahead.
During the Daley administration.
Yeah.
So show it to your wannabe gangster kids or what they're doing. Show it to them. Yeah, print it out and show it to them. Show it to all these little gangsters talking about their blocks and what they'll do if you walk down their street to their own kind. Well, let's see if they're going to do it to the migrants and the city officials who come and give them turkeys and toys, but yet taking their grandparents' property from them, taking away your jobs, taking away your future, closing your schools down. Let's see what you're going to do to them.
Mm-hmm. This is it, people. I'm telling you, people, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this on a slide and maybe talk about this and put it on the screen or something, because people, Black people just don't read. People, we have to read the plan. The plan. And only thing Margaret was saying, where's our plan? Where's our Office of New Americans? That's all. What's in it for the Black people, as Mays Jackson say? What's in it for us? I got another caller. Hey, caller, area code 872. Go ahead, caller.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
I was just been wondering that about where do the help come in for the Black community? And I'm a young man, 40 years old. I've been doing applications. I've been working all my life. And since we do have homeless here, to where they can afford to get any and everything for the illegals, we even have homeless veterans here.
Mm-hmm.
They cannot do nothing for the city of Chicago or just the people, period. But if the city of Chicago, the people stand up, if we can get out here, the abandoned houses that we got out here, just stand up and take that march. Everything has to be free, just like they giving it to the illegals. If we could go get an abandoned house and fix it up, free supplies from Home Depot alone, just to house our homeless.
Mm-hmm. Because it's
a guy on Instagram, Getty Boy. He's leaking a lot of truth.
Mm.
I posted some things in the messages to some links to look up. It's factual truth. And vote Trump. Trump is going to release everything.
Mm. See, my thing, this what scares me. Black people, we're so emotional, okay, which is okay. It's understandable. Not just voting for the Republican Party is going to change everything, people. We got more than the immigration problem. We got other problems too as well, too. So I don't want all of us getting upset. I'll never vote blue again. That's your choice. You have that constitutional right. I'll say this. Should no politician, if he Republican or Democrat, know how black people should going to vote? They shouldn't be able to predict that at all. Sir. And I'll say that. We both should be Republicans and Democrats. I think so. I don't see anything wrong with that. But a person should not be able to determine that 90% black people are going to vote Democrat. They shouldn't be able to determine that at all. That's my personal belief. Now, that's not right or wrong. It's just my personal belief. Let me just say that. All right.
I will say this. That's what we can. We tell them every move we're going to make. When you playing chess, you don't tell your opponent what move you're going to make. You just going to make. And by the time he realizes it, it's too late for him. You got him at checkmate. So we shouldn't be saying just vote Republican. Republicans ain't going to change it. They have created. Vote Democrats. Democrats ain't going to change it. They have created. Because at the end of the day, the people who is really affected is the black people. The white people ain't affected. It doesn't matter what party.
And
they're not affected by it.
Marcus, let me say this real quick. There's not one white community here in the city of Chicago that's not thriving. All the communities poor are the black and the brown communities. Basically the blacks, I'll say that.
True.
Because you can go in you can go in the Spanish neighborhood. They got businesses for miles. Black people, we got business, and we got Arabs, Asians, all type of nationalities or ethnicities in our community owning businesses. Very few black businesses. And we got abandoned.
It's hard for a black person.
Hold on, brother. Hold on, bro.
Some type of business.
Big brother. Hold on, brother. We speaking terms here now. All right. I was talking, so I ain't cut you off. I don't want you to cut me off. All right. No problem. Now listen, yes, you speak. As soon as I get done, you go ahead. In our community, you can ride down 47th Street. You can ride down 63rd Street, 71st Street, 79th Street. You see all these vacant storefronts. All the gas stations are owned by foreign-owned people. All by design. Only thing, listen, let me say this, and I'm going to say it public. I hope somebody put it in the reel. Listen, you can come in a black community. You can set up a Starbucks, a Subway, a Walmart, any Walgreens, all that. But if you come in a black community and try to sell drugs or loose cigarettes, you're going to have a problem. It might end your life. Those two things, I know you cannot sell in the black community. Now, if you're selling stuff in a large quantity, they'll buy from you, but you can't come on a block and sell it at all. You may be the man, but by you being a man, you cannot come on some of these neighborhood blocks and sell they will kill you. So in our community, you set up food places, anything. But if you start selling drugs and loose cigarettes, man, they ready to kill. Why is that? Have you ever thought about that? Drugs and loose cigarettes. 872, go ahead. I told you can talk. Go ahead. Air code 872.
Yeah, I was just saying that it's kind of hard for a black person to get a business loan to open up something in the community. Like you just said, you have the Chinese with the nail shops. They was placed here to open up the nail shops in the black community.
Mm-hmm. And you know what? We don't make it no better. The first thing we say, my brother, black people talk too much. They ain't never on time. They too high. It's always some type of excuse for us not shopping with each other. But somebody got to turn their phone down. Listen, it's coming down to the wire down. Carjacking is going to get worse. Smashing and grab or snatch and grab, whatever y'all want to call it. Armed robberies, robbing armored trucks, robbing banks. All that is finna get worse. The murder rate is finna go up. I'm telling y'all, amongst the black community. They don't want blacks to participate in this fair, what's supposed to be a free market. They don't want us to participate. They want us to be consumers. They don't want us to be owners, business owners. They're not going to finance us to have economic power. They want us to wait on Section 8, affordable housing. They want us to get in food lines, free turkeys and chickens and spoiled food and all. They want us. That's where they want us, people. Well, some of us black people that's well-do right now, we're not worried about it because you straight. But what about your grandchildren? What about them? All these resources, all this money. These are, somebody said, well, 50 million ain't no money. Man, they almost I don't know how many millions they up to now, almost $1 billion in spending for the migrants. And my brothers and sisters out there starving, losing their homes. And like the lady said today, it's the homeowners that's financing all this. They're losing their homes. Their homes are being snatched from among them. They're losing their homes. All right, somebody else can talk.
And our city officials who are black. Chicago has black officials in office. And they ain't doing a big thing, Martin, about it because they're happy and content. They got food on the table. But I will say this to all the black people who are wealthy right now. You're wealthy because black people like me, Martin, and the other guy on this show supported you. When we are broke and can't support you, those white people, those Mexican people that's putting their arm around you right now, they're not going to support you. And I'd advise you to watch 12 Years a Slave, how they got the man drunk. He thought he was free. They got him drunk, and he came sober. He was in shackles and chains being beaten to a pulp. That's what they're doing. That's what they're going to do to all of you brothers and sisters. Well, I'm wealthy. It's jobs out here. It's opportunities. This is the land of opportunity. This is the land of institutionalized racism. And Jim Crow never rolled over. He just went in disguise.
Mm-hmm.
He put the gas on us to put us to sleep.
That's right. Sylvia Stone.
We thought we were free.
Yeah, we thought it.
We are not free.
Man, listen, you got these new houses going up. Who buying these new houses? 200-some thousand. If the wind blow hard, they might fall down. They're not brick. You see them all building in Woodlawn and these different areas in Roseland. We see it. Listen, black man, let me say this, Marcus. Hold up. Let me say this. Black man and black woman, they don't need us anymore. They're showing us. They're using our elected officials and making them the face of this. Now, I know we mad at Brandon Johnson. We mad at our aldermen and all that, but you know them aldermen ain't running nothing. Y'all, come on now. Y'all know Tony Preckwinkle and all them, Kim Fox. I love them all. They not running Chicago. Y'all know that. You know these white folks are running Chicago. They just a black face. I'm telling you, they are not running Chicago. These black people are afraid of these white people. They're afraid. They are in bed with these white people. White people are giving them trinkets to be quiet, not to talk. They're in bed with them. They're not running nothing. Chicago was discovered by a black man, a Haitian.
Yes, sir.
But Chicago's not ran by black people. Now, we have black people in elected officials in office, but truly, Chicago is ran by white people. That's who it's ran by.
Yep. Right.
Well, you say, well, Mark, how you know? I'm going to tell you how it's ran. Because the white man got his law down. You may not see his face, but guess what? His policy is still in place. Look at South Africa. You got millions of them. Handful of white people in South Africa now, but white people still running that over there. Still running it. I'm telling y'all, we still on the plantation. You name me one thing that white people, that black people own or control. You can't name it. They don't have a military. They don't have no schools, because even if you have a black school, you still got to have a white curriculum in order for it to be accredited. You still have to go through them. Your divorce is not recognized unless it comes through this white system. Your marriage is not recognized unless it comes through this white system. So let me tell you what the white people run. They own the electricity, the gas, they control the water, they control the laws, the police department, the military. They control the businesses. They control the money. Their faces on it. They tell you if the dollar go up and go down. They control everything. You're just existing. You're just a guest in this house. Well, you say, well, you got a few Negroes. There's probably a millionaire, billionaire, but they ain't running nothing. Nothing. Trust me. Their money is in that white bank. And when you take that money out in that bank like that, they're going to question it. And I love my black people, but they ain't running nothing. They ain't got no heart. All right, Marcus, go ahead. I'm sorry.
You don't own the natural resources, right?
Right.
You ain't got nothing. Jay-Z might be billionaires, but they don't own the water filtration plant in New York. They don't own the water filtration plant in Chicago. They don't own People's Gas. They don't own ComEd, and they don't own Con Ed in New York. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Mm-hmm.
So they just puppets. They're puppets. They're being controlled by trillionaires. All right. That's why these basketball players, they can't say what they want to say because they're slaves. They're slaves to the rich white masters who are billionaires. Even in our hood, who's really behind the drugs and the guns? Some unseen rich white person. And some of them are right there in Washington, D.C., making laws. Congressmen, senators. It's all a game, and the only people being duped is some of us who don't know. But I'm glad I was educated as a little boy on how this goes. And when I talk this talk, people think I don't know what I'm talking about because they want to live in a non-racist America. America is racist as hell. Excuse my French, but it is racist as can get. It was built on racism. It was founded on racism. And guess who built it? We did. And they didn't bring us over here to be successful. They brought us over here to be slaves. You said it a many times. They brought us over here to be slaves, not to be doctors and lawyers and to be entrepreneurs. And that's why they do everything they can to keep us under their control. And this is what they're doing.
And let me say this too. Why you think the white man try to take away everything that we have? Why you think that? Why do you think that? They allow us to get something, then all of a sudden they're trying to take it away. Look at our parents. They're losing their homes to taxes. These houses are overpriced. Overpriced.
Yes, sir.
You got people right now here, right now, losing their homes because of taxes, back taxes. Right now as we speak. They bailed the banks out, but they can't bail us out. They won't do it. Black people, we better wake up. I'm telling you, the Democrats and Republicans, they don't want to see us winning at all. Both, I'm talking about both parties. They play this game. They'll merge together to keep their foot on our necks or on our backs. They don't want us to win. Anytime it looked like we finna win, here come murder, bloodshed. And I'm not talking about us killing them killing us. Anytime it look like a leader that's gonna rise up and free the people, here come a gunshot, here come a scandal, here come they silence them. We are in a war, people. We're in a silent war. And you could drink, you think you could drink this away, talk away, but we in the war. Well, Martin, I have a white wife. I have a white husband, and he's not like that. And he may not be like that.
That don't mean nothing.
Don't mean nothing. But this is a system.
I don't trust that either.
Yeah, this is a system, a white system. White rule, white ran, and white own. And you are not allowed to do nothing unless it come through them. And if it look like you're winning, they're going to go change the laws.
Yep.
And I'm going to tell you.
Racism don't have a color.
Let me say this, people. We are losing. We have to fight, people, to stick together. We all we have. We don't have no friends. The politicians showing you. The pastors showing you. All they got to do is dang them some money in front of them pastors. They going. They going. They are going. They rolling with the system. The rich people are rolling with the system. The pastors and the elected officials are rolling with the system. Whatever the system say, that's who they rolling with, because they're going to protect their interests, their money. And you know the white man tell him, hold on, bro. The white man tell him, you're not like the rest of them, you different. I wish everyone would tell me something like that. I said, well, what do you mean? Explain yourself.
That's an insult right there.
Explain yourself to me. Tell me how I'm different from the rest of my brothers and sisters. That's sowing a seed of discord. Brother, what you got to say again? 4069. What you got to say, bro?
Oh, you know, I'm gonna get on top of it, man. You know, I'm gonna get on top of other people, so I gotta tell the truth. I mean, you gave your people, you gave all your stars, you gave your best people to the people as a baby. Now just say I'm the white people. We gonna say I'm the white people. You sign your baby over to me at birth. They gotta go to my school. I know who all the smartest, the fastest, the genius, the everything. You think I'm gonna let them get ahead of me? So you're crying a blues that you giving your baby away as I didn't do a Butt Nigga Truth Show. If I go through all your schools, from a baby, from kindergarten to college, I know who your partners ones is. I know who got some heart. I know who got this. I know who got everything. I take it through film. I take it through science. I take it to everything, every nigga and cranny I got to see who to put you to the test on who can do all this and that. I know who to get. I know who to stop. That ain't hard. But then you want to blame them. I don't blame him. I blame my people for giving me to them. You gave me to them. See, I'm born in 1972. After 19,
brother,
that's why I'm all
brother. Hold on.
What?
Yeah, first of all, do you know where we at? America. America is white people. That's theirs. You know who run this country? Do blacks run this country? I'm gonna ask you that question.
Not at all.
I'm talking to the brother. Do black people run this country, brother? Brother Devontae.
No, sir.
Okay, now.
No, sir.
Okay, now. Name me one thing that black people own and control in this country. You name, I'm gonna listen. You name me one thing. I'm talking to you now. You name me one law. Name me something.
How can you name or own something that you gave your rights away?
Brother, answer the question.
I can't answer a question that's not able to be answered.
It's able to answer.
He doesn't even know what the heck he's talking about.
I can name what every race got here but us.
Brother. Brother. Let me ask you a question, brother. Who locked you? Who kept you in prison? Was it the black man or the white man?
Black people help.
That ain't what I said. Who kept you in prison?
I'm not blaming no.
Hold on, brother. Hold on. Who kept you? Who have? Do black people have prisons here in America, or white people?
No, black people press the charges.
Brother. Who kept you in the white prison? Was it who kept you in there?
Who put me there?
No, okay. Who kept you? No. You put yourself there if you committed a crime.
No, I did not put myself there. They doing their job.
Okay, hold on. That's their job to put you in jail, to lock you up.
If somebody called and report a crime to lock me up, that's what they've been doing.
Okay. So, brother, let me just say, I understand your point, but you got a long way to go, brother. America is bigger than 1968. Bigger than 1968, brother. Black people don't run nothing here, brother. Nothing. Listen. Don't you know? Hold on, brother. Don't you know? If white people say right now, they showed us during COVID that they could stop the food supply coming in our communities. They showed us that. What we gonna do about it? They control the food supply, brother. This internet that you talk. Hold on, brother. Hold on. No, we didn't give up, brother. Do you know we are a conquered people here in this land? This land was taken over. This America.
That's in your mind. That's what you've been taught.
No. Okay. Well, I just asked you a question. Hold on, brother. I just asked you a question. Name me one thing that black people control in this country. You couldn't tell me one. I tell you one. Name me one thing that you control in this country. You. I know you don't. I know you don't. I know you don't. Why?
Why? Because I wasn't informed on how this country run as a baby. Or I would own something.
Well, you informed now. Why you own that now? Control that. You informed now.
Because if I take your youth, your first from 12 to 25, let me see what you own.
Brother, you said you smart. You know the law. Hold on. Now listen. Now you say you smart. You know what's going on out here. Now, tell us something that we don't know that we should do. You tell us something. Since you got the answer, you tell us what we should do.
Okay, I tell you what you should do. Learn who your real president was. Learn who your constitution. Learn the real constitution instead of what you've been taught. They lied to you. Oh, they thought you got off a slave ship. Go learn your real history.
But what's
here from you from 1968?
What's our real history, brother? Listen, hold on, brother. Can you go, brother? No. Can you go further? Listen, brother, you stuck on 1968. I think we go a little past further than that, way past that.
If we don't rechange the laws from there, we're not gonna get past no.
What law you talking about? Hold on. What law you talking about? Give me the law. Give me the statute that you talking about. The law.
Okay.
Give me the law so I can write it down, so I can go read it. No. You talking, brother. I want you to educate us. Give us a statute. Give it to us.
Find out what a statue is, and this will find out what real life.
Nah, brother.
You don't know.
Nah, brother. I'm here. Since we don't. Hold on, brother Devontae. No. Hold it, brother. Hold it. Since we don't know, we're gonna be students, and we're gonna let you teach us. Since we don't know, since you got the answers, we won't listen. Now, brother, listen. Hold on, no, you're not asking me no question. Listen, I'm doing the question answering. I'm the host, and since we don't know nothing, hold on. You can't teach him. You can't teach him. Ask him the question. I want you to tell us. He hung up. I already know it. I know it. See, that's what I'm talking about. See, people come on here.
Martin, he's nothing but just a troll.
Okay, well, whatever he is, people come on here and always say that they have the answers. Well, tell us the answers. You got people that can have master's degrees, PhD, and we still in the same situation. Where are all these smart people at? All these smart people, y'all come on, get us out this rut that we're in. Come and get us out this rut. I mean, listen, I was born in 1968. He wasn't even born in 68. I was born in 68.
Right.
And that's the only time he go back. History start way before 1968.
Right.
So that's what I'm telling the brother. Who had you locked up? The white man had you in his jail.
Talking about.
All right. Let me go to this new caller.
Idiot to me.
I got a new caller. 42, area code 630. Come on, caller.
Hey, Martin, how you doing?
Hey, brother Bill, how you doing?
Man, people better wake up, man. These people are showing us for the umpteenth time that we don't matter. Yeah, we have resources, but we have more oppression, and it's been going on for many decades, man. And this agenda has been in place for a long time. These are it ain't just about Republicans or Democrats. These people playing together, and they playing the game that the same people who had money and power during slavery. Number one, this whole economy that we have and serve in was built off the brows of black people who work for free. Nobody else had to work for free. Not one other nationality had to work for free. And we did it for hundreds of years. The first product in America that established this economy was cotton, before liquor. And they have traced every dollar from the cotton to the corporations that has lasted from that time to now. So all of these major corporations have benefited from free work from black people. That's number one. But we keep straying away. I heard you getting on the young man about 1968. Every time I listen to the show, he's dwelling on that, and you nailed him to the cross tonight. But it goes back before 1868.
Tell him.
These are the same people in the same family that's in control. It's their descendants that they taught to oppress us and hold us down. Now, yeah, we got resources, but when you got resources, limited resources, should I say,
and people standing on your neck and sending everything to keep you from being great.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to progress and come up with bright ideas and new things. We do, and we have. But when your stomach in your back or you worry about can't feel, it's hard to make progress. You make do. It's something else I want to speak on. I've seen this agenda going down for many, many years, man. I'm a truck driver. These people have been slipping in. It was originally, I'd say in the last about 15 to 20 years, Latinos, mostly Mexicans, they get here. They're not harboring them in the city of Chicago, and they're not gonna harbor nothing but a handful of them, just enough to get the money, and they're gonna ship them downstate to these small towns. My hand to God, you can go to almost any small town in the U.S. in the north, and you might not see one black person, but you will see some Latinos, and they will be working. Because in these rural areas, you might have a population of 2,000 people, and they got all these new warehouses, manufacturing jobs, or companies that they didn't get money to build. So they got to get people up here to work these jobs. Prime example. Chicago haven't had jobs for black people for the last 30, some almost 40 years. The jobs are in the suburbs. And what they do, the temp agencies and or whatever, they'll get the Latinos and put them on the bus and take them out to Amazon Prime, out to Bolingbrook, Romeoville, or whatever. So this agenda been going on for a long time, and I'm gonna show you how long it's been going on. We as a people, we are resilient, we are strong-willed, and we will fight. They don't want us kind of Negroes in America. They want the Africans. They want all of these immigrants, not just the ones from Venezuela or whatever. They want people that's gonna bow down to them and not gonna give them no resistance. So we are, if we keep on at the rate we're gonna be extinct, man. Time to fight right now.
Yeah. That's it. And I agree. I agree with you 100% because the handwriting is on the wall, people. Listen, white people have a history of genocide. Trust me, they know how to commit genocide. This is not their first time. Their history tells us. So don't think it can't happen to us. Oh, the law, they can't do that. They are the law. They break the law. They showing you. They tell us here in public school, Bill, well, you can't come to school if you don't get all your shots. Now, we know they don't have all their shots, but they let them right in school. Listen, you got people over here, Africans, that pay other black women, white women to marry them so they can stay in this country. But they let them in, the new immigrants, because they want workforce. See, y'all got to remember, and I said it again, Bill, they didn't bring the descendants slaves, the people that they brought over here that made them slaves. They didn't bring them over here for no lawyers and doctors and school teachers and all that. They brought them over here for labor, for their interests, for their interests. They don't know what to do with us. They just can't outright kill us because it looked too bad to the whole world. So they got to inch away on us. Only thing they allowing us to establish, Bill. Right, I was just finna go there, Bill. Only thing that they allowing us to sell and prosper in is drugs. Once we get so high, they have our best friend to tell on us. That's it. That's it. That's the only thing most of our street people that's in the streets that's going to get rich, get quick rich game, drugs, fraud, identity fraud, and all that. They know eventually you're going to get caught. They know it. They're the masters of it. They invented the game. And if they didn't invent the game, they're going to take the game over. They took over the lottery game, the policy. They took over the alcohol game. People, where would America be without Black Americans? What would it be? With all our inventions. And let them tell it, Bill, they make like we ain't invented nothing. We just here. We robbers, thieves, rapists, drug dealers, pimps, drug pushers, gangbangers. That's not so. That's not so.
Nope.
Not so. They don't want, listen, they don't want to see us having big businesses. Why you think they got these big businesses so they can roll over the small mom and pop stores so we can't prosper? I might have a can of pop, a soda pop for $1. They may have for 50 cents because they buying 10,000 cases at a time. I can only buy 2,000. So you know they're going to get the better price. We got to know the game that's being played, people. We got to know the game that's being played.
And recognize this is an old enemy.
Old enemy.
This enemy is hundreds of years old.
Yeah.
He ain't come from 1968.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Martin.
Go ahead, Roosevelt.
Martin?
Yeah, go ahead.
Now, you said that they just can't outright. You said that they just can't outright kill us.
They can, but they're not going.
In your spare time, and I encourage.
They can, Roosevelt, but it won't look right. Yeah. Go ahead.
No, believe it or not, there's something in government. Maybe you should look it up, and maybe other people should look it up. It's actually called the King Alfred Plan. And the King Alfred Plan, what it does is pretty much outlines the destruction and extermination of every Black person in this country within a couple of hours. This plan was something that was put together in the 60s, and it was updated. At first, it was only for Black people. Then it was updated in like the 80s to include Latinos and white sympathizers. But it's so far, we're the only race that has a plan for our murder and our extinction or our extermination by the United States government, and that is the King Alfred Plan. I did a whole video and research video about this like a few years ago on my YouTube channel.
Okay. There's a lot, man. We got to start reading people. Go ahead, brother.
The King Alfred Plan, or what they call Rex 84.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm a believer in God. If they execute that, it will be the death of America itself. Because it was Black people who won awards. It was a Black man who went overseas and negotiated the release of hostages. His name was Reverend Jesse Jackson. Could no white man do that? It was Black women who sent white men to the moon, but we didn't find out about it until later on, until they allowed us to find out about it. So these are some sick age people who sit up and write up plans like this and then come into our neighborhood, walk down our street and ask you, are you saved? The question should be asked to them and any white person that's listening to your show, are you saved? Because your ancestors, and even today, your government is drawing up plans to try to wipe out a people that built this country. It wouldn't be in America if it wasn't for Black people. In fact, a lot of these European countries would not be in the position they're in if it wasn't for Black people. But this racism, it's to have a thought like this, for our government to even draw up such a plan. No wonder people burn the damn flag. And I'm not disrespecting the soldiers, because the soldiers have been bamboozled to think that they're fighting for the freedom of the people in this country when they're fighting for the interest of the 1% that runs this country. They're not fighting for American people. They're dying for nothing. That's why I didn't get in the damn army. And I mean, seriously, that's why I would not get in the army, because you're not serving the country. You're serving 1% who don't give a damn about you. They don't care about you losing a leg. That's why so many veterans come back here. They're addicted to drugs. They were the first to try the drugs on them to see what it would do. And once it did it to the veterans, they knew what it was going to do to the people. And they put it in our community and call us thugs and bums and all that. The thugs and the bums are the ones that are sitting in the White House. And I don't think no party is going to correct this. If I hear black people coming on your show, vote Trump. Trump ain't going to correct it. And you better watch Trump, because the Grand Wizard is smart. He'll get you to vote for him, and then he'll bust a Hitler move on you. And you'll regret that you got your people to vote for him. The Democrats ain't no better. That's why we got to create our own party. We got to support our own people. We got to unite, and it has to start with these young people. We know that these plans exist. They're killing us already, Martin.
Mm-hmm.
They're killing us in the skies, the food, the water, the stress, the not having jobs, not being able to progress. They're killing us mentally. And you can kill the people mentally, you can kill them.
Mm-hmm. That's good tonight, boy. It got heated tonight. Yeah. And you know, my thing is, if you so smart, any one of you guys out there, so smart and educated, come on here and teach us something. I'm a student. I'm always willing to learn. I don't know everything. I'll tell y'all in a minute. I don't know everything. It's some subject I just got to be quiet and listen and learn. You got those that know some about everything and don't know nothing. You know, and like I was telling the brother, I love him. He's from the butt naked truth. Brother, we go past 1968. What happened before 1968?
Man, this beast has been amongst us for centuries.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Centuries, man. It's the same one that introduced slavery.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Just a modern day slavery now.
Yeah. So, you know,
our communities have been oppressed, so
still been depressed.
No jobs. Taking the fathers out of the home.
Mm-hmm.
Then when they did get jobs, our fathers and grandfathers back in the 40s and 50s, they played the game that the economy was bad. They mess with the numbers any way they want to. Now they laid our fathers off and people in my age group off and moved the jobs out of the country.
Mm-hmm. Out of the country. That's under the Ronald Reagan administration. Yeah.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
To keep us from advancing.
Yeah.
We were.
Let me ask y'all a question, those that are out there. Why is mighty strange that all the white communities here in the city of Chicago is thriving, but all the black community is poor, begging, impoverished, vacant lots, all type of things? Why is that? Every black community here in the city of Chicago is declining, on a decline. But all the white communities is thriving. Is that by accident? What is it?
No, by design.
That's by design.
By design.
That's by design.
If black people can't see it, they need to go back to school. Seriously, if they can't see that, anybody from out of town can come to Chicago and see how racially divided Chicago is. It's the most racist city in the world. It's holding that title. It's the last of the Mohicans. It's in the Stone Age. It's still segregated. You don't see no white kids going to Perkins Bass School in Inglewood. You don't see any white kids going to Simeon High School. even though it has a great athletic program, you don't see them going there, and you don't see them going to Morgan Park, even though they have a great athletic program. You don't see that. That should tell you right there. But you go out of town and you go in certain cities, you see white folks living next door to black folks. You don't see that in Chicago. Chicago is holding that tight.
I agree, brother.
Yeah. All right.
In Chicago, you got people interracial relationships going and people having kids together. But if you move or rotate around America, you'll see more interracial and biracial kids than you would per capita in city of Chicago.
Let me say,
yeah.
Let me just say this, people. And I see a few messages in the comments. Black people come in 7 to 8 different shades. Okay, we can go all the way from light bright to mocha chocolate, dark blue black chocolate. So we come in different shades, people. So don't listen. Because the person is fair skinned, light skinned, that don't mean they're not black. Trust me. We have the dominant gene. You know that, Bill. Anything we lay down with and we have a baby with, that baby is considered black. It is black. We have the dominant gene. Nobody gene is more potent than ours. Everybody else gene is below us. And that's why you have a lot of people, they don't believe in race mixing because they want to keep the purity of their race. That's real talk. But I'm gonna let y'all say something. I'm gonna get out of here because I got a round table tomorrow at 12 o'clock with a lawyer tomorrow, and I go live. I'm gonna go live too. Yeah. So, all right. Anybody want to say last closing comments? Y'all welcome.
God blessings and love to everyone.
Okay. My man, bro. Okay.
Good press conference on today.
Thank you. Yeah.
Thanks for having me, Mark.
No problem. All right. Bill?
Hey, Martin.
Yeah.
I saw the press conference. I saw the show last night. All I got out of it, I didn't get a definite name that I could recall. I know they say they were the grassroots people's group, but the next time that they protest against City Hall or whatever, they need to start finding out in other cities, sanctuary cities, and have them do the same thing at the same time to see if it'll make the news. But to keep it alive, like from your show and the internet, if nowhere else. But if you got all the sanctuary cities and black people feeling the same way, the national news should be covering it, I would think.
Well, you know what, Bill? That's why we got social media, man. As long as our people have been aware and educated, whether they put it on the news or not, it shouldn't even matter no more because we know what's going on. We know the real truth because the media is not. The media is considered the fourth branch of government. They're rolling with white supremacists. They listen. These bad images that they have put out on us and these lies they have put out on black people, man, they're not on our side, brother. They're not on our side.
Not at all.
They are not on our side, and I'm not expecting to be. They're not going to help us to get out of the rut that we're in. They want to keep us. They want to keep us where we at. They don't mind a few black people being rich, getting a little money, live amongst them. Just a few, not a whole lot. One here to make it look good for diversity. Diversity is not for black people; it's for white people. That's what just to make them look good. See, you could be just like Oprah. Just do the right thing, go to schools, keep your mouth closed, and you be all right. See, what I learned about white people, they love to be in control, man. They don't mind. They'll let you have all the fame. But guess what? They're going to go home with all the money. They want the control of the money. They want to control.
Yep.
They are control freaks. I'm sorry. I got to say it. I got to tell the truth.
Tell the truth.
And I'm not afraid to say it. They want to control the way we think. Man, they so obsessed with black people, man. They give them free phones in the community just to keep up what we're saying. Free phones. Come on, man. You know they listening in on them phones. They,
also, the free phones are killing us.
Yeah, all that radiation. Yeah.
That was banned in California. I hope black people read the fine print because I don't get them. Read the fine print. If one state banned it, why would you get it? Let them keep that crap. They spy on you too. They spy on them through the smart TV.
Mm-hmm.
But what I wanted to say is this: is Africans, black people holler about going back to Africa. Africans have used this statement saying that we're not real Africans because we're mixed with everything.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so we ain't got nowhere to go. We better do something in America.
Yeah. Well, let me say,
America, like it or not, is our home.
Let me say this to that. Any Haitian, any African, South Africa, all those migrants that come over here, and they give them like a litmus test. If they align their views with black people, black Americans, they send them back. They don't want them out here. They want the ones here in America that don't like the traditional foundation black American. So you have some African people, man, that love us here in America, but they won't allow them to come over here. Trust me. They send them back real quick, real quick, real quick. They don't want no revolutionary mind-thinking people over here because he might wake the masses up. Then they're going to have another problem. They don't want that. So every African and every Haitian and every foreigner is not against black people. Let me just tell y'all that. Not against black people.
Okay.
So don't just get that out. I know we think different and we hear little sayings. And see, that's how they get us, brother. Divide and conquer. They come on, they get us with the material things. You better than black Americans. See? But they over here trying to be like us. We survived. No other race of people have endured what we have endured here in America. No other race. We are the strong race.
And we still here.
Still is.
And we gonna be, no matter what plans they make to wipe us out, they gonna mess around and wipe themselves out.
Well,
I mean, when they dump COVID on us,
we're still here.
Them worse than it hit us.
The Tuskegee experiment, COVID, AIDS and HIV, we still here. Abortion, we still here. Who you think abortion was made for?
Drugs.
It wasn't drugs. That's right, Bill. Yeah, guns. And listen, right now they are making it where our young people can get access to guns. Now, what a 14-year-old, 15-year-old boy doing with a gun to shoot 100 times, 100 rounds? You know he's not mature enough. You know that. He's not even trained. But they put it in the black community so we can scatter. They know they can put a stop to a lot of this crime. If you could send a man to the moon, you can stop this crime if you want to. You got people out west side, out south side, an open drug market, standing outside selling drugs, holding guns. And you know the police see that. And they'll pull us over real quick, everyday citizens. But they won't tackle the drug dealer because they are part of that. It's permitted. And when they get tired of them, they go do a sweep. Then they get them some new people to start all over again. Then sweep them out. And then get some new people. Make it look good.
It's a game.
It's all a game. All right. Go ahead, Bill.
Name a neighborhood that got or ethnicity that have a liquor store on all four corners
or on one block, 3 or 4.
And
You ain't
flood.
gonna go nowhere else to see it but in our.
But our community and churches on every corner, churches and liquor stores. Ain't none of them, all of them teaching different.
So yeah, and the church is bought and sold.
Yeah, bought and sold. Give them a few dollars.
It's so sad that the churches, people put their faith in these churches, and that's why I left out of the church. I was a minister. I left out of the church because I saw the ugly side of the church. And I'm like, God ain't in this. You ain't got to go to school to do all this. If you say God called you to preach, you open that word up and you speak that word that's written in that word. And you do what God tell you to do. You going to school to learn what some white man wants you to. They don't want you to speak out of their agenda to cause an uprising. They want you to go along with their program. And so these pastors calling themselves these big titles and whatnot, they ain't nothing. That's why these gang kids are not marching into their churches, because they see. The street kids know. The only ones who bamboozled is the ones that choose to go along with the lie. And I'm not saying belief in God is a lie. I'm saying these pastors in these big churches want all this money for everything. They have 3 services. Have people in church all day for what? When God tells you, if it's something you want in prayer, tell it to him and don't prolong it. In his word, he tells you that. Don't prolong the prayer. The same thing, and you don't have to be in church all Sunday to go to heaven. You know, but these churches do it because they want the money.
Everybody talk about heaven ain't going. Heaven. That's what they used to sing on a cotton field. They used to sing when the slave master had them on the cotton field, and they started singing. Everybody talk about heaven ain't going. They give us that heaven talk. The heaven talk, Bill. You get yours in the sweet by and by. Listen, these folks know they going to hell. They know they busting hell wide open. They enjoying the land, and they make sure this little short time while they here on earth, they know it's just for a little while. Just for a little while. Trust me. There's nowhere in the world that you can hang a black man from a tree. There's nowhere in the world that you can feed alligators, babies alligators. There's nowhere in the world that you can rape a black man and split his family up and talk that heaven talk. That's not heaven talk. That's the devil. That you cannot be of God, putting poison in food and giving it to the black community, poison in the water, giving it to the black community. That ain't no heaven talk. That's the devil. The Bible says Satan has transformed himself into an angel of light. That's the devil. That's who that is. That's the synagogue of Satan.
And then they walk through our streets. They walk through our streets.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Bob. Okay, I was just gonna say this. They walk through our streets, come around and ask you, "Are you saved?" One came up on me one morning, and he came up on the wrong black person, and he said, "Well, if you're not saved, you're going to hell." And I said, "No, you already in hell because of what your forefathers did to my people. It's nothing you can teach me about God when your people have did my people and other people across the world any kind of way. It ain't nothing you can say to me. You the one who needs to repent, not me. You going to hell just because I don't want to hear what you got to say, because you the devil. You can walk down my block, but I can't walk down my own block and tell my own black people to get right with Christ. They're full of God on me, but you can walk down my block and ask me, am I saved? And you white. The question is, are you saved? Well, I'm a believer in Jesus Christ. I said, but how many black people have your family hated or taught you to hate? You're only walking down this street because you're probably getting paid to walk down here to tell some black person like me about Christ. But you're the one who needs to be repentant. You're the one who needs to be saved. I'm saved. Well, you know you're going to heaven. I said, I trust and believe in the Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, and he ain't white. I don't worship no white Jesus. I know that with that trust, I am going to heaven. But I'm going to try to live good while I'm down here, because that's one of the traits to get to heaven. You got to live your life. You got to make yourself happy when you don't want to be happy.
Mm-hmm. Okay, close us out, Bill.
Yeah, I was going to comment. You was saying about the feed the babies to the alligators and lynching black people. This devil been amongst us for centuries. But it makes you wonder, and you know it ain't nothing but the devil. You just did all of this to these people, and they keep rising. They're coming up out of the flames. When are you gonna say enough is enough? Or who are these people? But you think I guess they think themselves to be so great that they can't even recognize who we are.
And we're going to leave it at that note right there. Y'all
You already know what it is. Live, uncut, unedited. Tell the truth and shame the devil. I love being black. I love being black.
All right. Until next time. Peace out, people. Until next time. Have a black